What is your will, my master?
Hey, what's up, Jennifer? Quick demo video for you for your Phoenix Props Spectre 6. This is installed with a CFX. I don't have a blade to put in here to test this guy. This takes a 7/8" blade, but it takes one that's heavily sanded. I recently gave my test blade away that I had sanded like that to a customer so that he could use it on his saber. So the 7/8 blade I've got here, it doesn't fit at all. I mean, I've got probably a good hour, 30 minutes worth of sanding on this guy to do, and it doesn't even fit a little bit. And I have sanded it for other sabers. So on your 7/8 blade, you are going to have to do quite a bit of sanding. Just realize that, okay? Start with a heavy grit. It's not really an exact science. Start with a heavy grit, knock it down, find find the diameter that you like, and then finish it off with a fine grit just to make it smooth. And then while you're at it, I would probably just sand the whole blade too for blade diffusion. But that's what you'll have to do there. But I can show you that these light up. We'll go over the different functionalities of everything, and I'll show you everything else, right? So 2-button setup. I made your trigger back here. You're not going to be able to see it. You can see it almost in the light a little bit, that little bump up. There's a little tactile switch under there. Hopefully you can hear that, right? That's your power button. And then your trigger right here, that's your auxiliary. And I do that because the auxiliary button is what fires the blaster. So it's cool to have it on the trigger, right? CC Sabers LEDs in here for your main PCB. This is a blue LED for your blaster. How you get to everything is just want to unscrew this pommel. When you unscrew the pommel, you'll see your speaker right here, right? And it has a little handle that's been glued on it. So you can just reach in there and grab that handle and pull the speaker right out. I did something a little bit different with yours than I normally do on these Spectres. I normally put a 24mm Smuggler's Outpost speaker in here. But on yours, I went with a KR Sabers 22mm speaker, and it's fully enclosed. This almost sounds better, right? It's fully enclosed. It's shooting right out the back, and it sounds really good. So hopefully you like that. When you take that pommel off and the speaker out, you can see in the light, hopefully, maybe, you can just kind of make it out there. But you've got access to your SD card and your micro USB of your board. You've got that micro DIN connector in there that matches up to this guy on the speaker. And then you've got your kill key right there, or yeah, your kill key. So you just want to reach in there with some tweezers or something. I'm using these, but tweezers will work fine. And as soon as you pull it out, we can go ahead and we can put our speaker in. Of course, you won't hear anything right until you do that. Take your time lining this up. There's a locating peg on one side and then the micro DIN on the other. And the locating peg is to help you put it in there and not damage anything. Those micro DIN connectors are pretty robust, so it'll be hard to do that. But when you find the alignment, it pops right in. And after doing that once or twice, you'll get a nice feel for it. And then we can take our pommel and we can screw it all the way on. The pommel will lock the speaker in place. And then you can turn it on over here. So your LEDs are firing up like they should. Nice smooth swing. Auxiliary. Or if you hold it down, you get blade lockup. Now if you take this and move it back, it will cut your blade. So now when you hit the trigger, you get your blaster. You can keep doing that. Just hold down on the trigger. And as soon as you push this forward again,
Working on that thing for weeks. What kind of lightsaber could you possibly build with the junk we have laying around?
it ignites your blade again, and then you can just de-ignite it with this. So that's how that works right there. All right, and then when you're all done with it, we'll just take our pommel back off, and we'll put the kill key back in. There's 2 sound fonts on here. There is the first one, which is the blaster, and we can talk about that in a second. Let me put this kill key in so I don't have to do 2 things at once. We'll put that in there. And I'll put the speaker back. So when you take the SD card out and you look at that and you start adding sound fonts, you'll see the sound font number 1 is called Blaster. Do not mess with that, and don't change the number orientation for that particular font. That always has to be number 1. And then number 2, you'll see the font that we were just on. And then when you add any more, you can add anything from like 2 on, right? So if you want to replace number 2 that we were just on, that's fine. 2 through whatever. But just leave number 1 alone. That acts as your blaster. All right. But anyway, that is your Spectre 6. And I apologize for not having a blade for this. I didn't realize that this was going to be so tight. And then I had forgot about giving my other one away. So just let me know if you got any questions. If not, I will get this out to you sometime tomorrow. All right. Thanks.